Hello, I'm Melissa from Swindon Libraries and Information Service, and I thought today I'd show you some ideas for things we could make with cardboard tubes. So you might have tubes this sort of size, kitchen towel size. You might have some bigger ones. They might be thicker if they come from cling film, tin foil. That's the kind of thing that would be perfect for what we're going to do today. So the first thing I thought we'd have a look at doing is a Rainmaker stick, something a little bit like this. And you can see I've made this out of a big tube. I've also got some examples here from Louis, and you can see he's gone for buttons and pipe cleaners to decorate his. We've got Corey, who's popped foam shapes on. You can hear the noise, there we go, of the rain. And Izzy, girl after my own heart, lots of lovely sparkle on her Rainmaker stick. So here's what we need to think about then to make sure that when we turn the tube, the rice inside will trickle and make a sound similar to rain. So I've started this one. What we're going to need to do is to make 2 coils of tin foil. You can see that they fit one inside the other. Obviously, if you're using a bigger tube, you'll need slightly more kitchen foil. Just put that one back in there. So big tube, so that the rice has something to trickle down through. You'll need longer foil. So what you might do then is pull off a length of foil, roughly, fold it. There we go, hope that's not too noisy for you guys. Flatten it just with your fingers. There we go. And then we'll wrap it round the handle of something like a wooden spoon. Okay. There we go. And then you can open it out slightly. Okay, and you can see that that would be about the right sort of length. Depending on how big your tube is, you'll need something slightly bigger, perhaps even the kitchen roll tube itself, the foil tube itself, when you make your bigger spiral. Then you fit them together inside and slot them into your tube. Okay. Next bit, obviously, is to start thinking about how we're going to put the rice in. So I'm going to roughly cut a circle. I'm sure you would want to spend a little bit more time getting this just how you want it. Okay, I'm going to roughly cut a circle, pop it on the end of my tube and trap it there with an elastic band. There we go. Might need a couple. Looks a little bit messy at the moment, but we can always cover that up with some string or some wool. Okay. Then I'm going to pour a little bit of rice. This might be something to do outside if you're a bit shaky-handed. Okay. Into the tube, and then we're going to do the same this end. Another circle. Okay. Pop on the top. the end like that. And then it's the fun bit, which is decorating it. And obviously hearing the rice as it trickles down inside. Okay, there we go. So that's idea 1 for today. I also thought with cardboard tubes we could make something like this little fun owl friend, and what I've done is just cut a kitchen roll in half. Then I've wrapped it with some wallpaper scraps. You can see I've cut a couple of strips here, made them into wings, stuck some googly eyes on and a beak. But I just wanted to show you the fold bit at the top because that might be a bit tricky. So another scrap of wallpaper, and I would just grab my glue stick. Okay. Wrap it round my half a kitchen roll, and then you can see it's slightly longer. Tuck that inside. Might need a little bit of glue to help it stay put. Okay. Yeah, and the other side. Okay. Then the folding at the top, it looks tricky, but it is just pushing down on one side like that. Okay, pushing down on the other side, and that gives you your lovely cute little owl pictures. Okay, now I've used googly eyes on my example here, but you could use just some scraps of paper or felt or something like that to make eyes. I've just done them with a marker, and obviously I could cut round them. And make a couple of eyes there and a beak. I could add some feathers, entirely up to you. Okay, so that's another idea. We've got our Rainmaker sticks. We might make our little owl friends as well. And then our third idea for today is some pen pots, and I've got a couple of examples here made by Louis and Izzy, okay, who are friends of mine who've been very kind helping me with some examples to show you lot. And I thought I'd give you some ideas about how we might try and make the bottom of the pen pot, because that can be a bit tricky. So I've got my kitchen roll here, and if I just cut it in half to start with, I might have to squeeze it slightly. Just so I can get my scissors in. Okay, so it's getting that first cut that's the most difficult bit. Okay, 2 halves, and then what I might do is use something like a jar lid. And I know we've been collecting these for another week's craft. Draw around that on some cardboard packaging. Okay, that's a bit of cereal box there. And then cut up into the roll, just so that we've got something to help stick the tube down with. Okay, so if I now fold those up, like that. Okay, And then you can see this is one that's dried, where I've done exactly the same. I've made the flaps at the bottom, circle of card, some runny glue, Brit stick if you don't have runny glue, and squeeze it down like that until it's dried. Okay. This one, I wanted to have some more space for bits and bobs. So again, I used some of my jar lids that we've been collecting, and I wanted to get a nice rounded shape. So I just put the lids together. I'm going to do this in ink just because it's clearer for you to see, but I'd probably do it in pencil. There we go. I draw around like that. Okay. Hopefully you can just see. I think my hand was a little bit in the way here. It's not come out very dark. And then I've got a shape that I could then use as a base for my pots. Okay. And I could put 3 on, or you could just stick with one simple pen pot like that. Again, I think what you've got at home for decorating reasons, you might want to use wallpaper scraps, you could use paint. I thought it might be quite nice. I know quite a lot of you know that I do really like purple. It is my favourite colour. If I use some of this wool and wrapped that round. So I might start, there we go, by coiling that round. There we go. And that would also help me cover those cardboard flaps at the bottom. Okay, and I could keep going, go up the tube. I could change colour of wool, or I could go like Louis and Izzy for some sparkles, some buttons, whatever it is that you've got at home. So that's our 3 ideas for cardboard tubes. We'd really love to see some of the things you make. You can send photos to us with our library's outreach email. That's loutreach@swindon.gov.uk, or on our Facebook page. Just a reminder that we need to see just your object that you've made in the picture, fingers, no faces in the photo, so that we can post them. And obviously look forward to seeing you next time when we're going to be thinking about food cans and what we can make with those. Thanks for coming along.